Hi babes, before we jump into today's Dancer's Corner episode, I just want to plug the little ballet workshop that I have this weekend, this Sunday, August 30th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's Pacific Standard Time. I'm hosting a live ballet workshop. So the first hour is a ballet class. The second hour is ballet choreography. You're gonna learn a brand new routine. And the third hour is an interview with Kathryn Morgan. She's a professional ballerina, soloist with Miami City Ballet. And it's gonna be awesome. 3 hours of just virtual ballet content, inspiration, technique, choreography, all you could want. So go to the link in the video description, get your little ticket. There's only a few early bird tickets left. Use code ballet15 for a little discount. You guys, it's all ages, all levels, all time zones. It's recorded, so you can access it later if you can't make it for the actual time of the event. It's gonna be great. So I can't wait to have you there. If you have questions, type a little comment over this video and I'll answer them. So see you on Sunday. Get ready for your episode of Dancer's Corner. Hello, my sweet loves. Welcome back to another episode of Dancer's Corner. If you guys didn't tune into the last episode, I am trying something new. I took a little break for a moment with DC and decided to kind of make it a little bit longer and a little more just talky as opposed to like edited. And eventually, hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be a podcast. That's kind of the end goal with Dancer's Corner. So hang tight. Today we're going to be talking about how to know what level of dance you are. And I know it's kind of tricky because it's different all over the place. So I'm going to kind of give you some basic guidelines of how you can determine your level. I do want to have a little disclaimer that this is not like the end all be all. Oh, Miss Ati said I'm in level 4, so that's what it is. This is just like a general guide, like I said, so take everything with a grain of salt. This is just after my million years of teaching, million years of choreographing, being in a studio, that I've just kind of observed is that there's like a few little points that you can look at to kind of gauge your level. Also, my hair is curly. My hair is, oh my gosh, took a shower, we're leaking everywhere. Anyways, okay, so the first thing I think you can look at for your level is how long you've been dancing. This sounds kind of obvious, but I would say, some of you might get mad at this, but this is just my opinion. If you've been dancing for 2 years or less, you are a beginner. You would be in level 1, you would be categorized as a beginner, which is not a bad thing, it's a beautiful thing. If you've been dancing for like 3 to 4 years, I would say you could be categorized as intermediate. And then if you've been dancing for 5+ years, I would put you in the advanced category. So the number of years you've been dancing is a really good way to categorize yourself into a level. That's how they even do it at dance competitions sometimes, like novice, junior teen, advanced, whatever. Those are usually broken down by how long you've been dancing or how long you've been competing. Because the amount of years that you kind of have under your belt really do reflect your level usually. So first thing is the years you've been dancing. The second one would be to categorize it kind of by age. Age is tricky because you could have like a super advanced 9-year-old and then a complete beginner 15-year-old. So it doesn't necessarily determine your level, but it could determine kind of a category that you're in. So say you're looking at a studio's schedule and they have ballet 1 for 6 to 9-year-olds and then ballet 1 for 10 to 14-year-olds. The 10 to 14-year-old category is going to be a little bit harder just because they can remember longer combinations, they can be given more intricate choreography or corrections. It's kind of like the mental development side of it. So once you think, okay, I've danced for X amount of years, take a look at your age and then place yourself into that category, if that makes sense. Yes, it makes sense, Miss Ati. Thanks, guys. Okay, the third one. So we've gone through years that you've danced. We've gone through your age. The third one is how many classes you take per week. You guys, for some reason, when I have this ring light on, I cannot see where the camera thing is. So if my eyes are like looking everywhere, sorry. Anyways, the amount of classes that you take per week, I would say also determine your level. I wrote down if you're taking 1 to 2 classes per week. I don't get mad at me, but I would categorize you as a beginner or kind of like a recreational novice dancer. Again, nothing is wrong with that. But that's where I would put you. If you're taking 3 to 4 classes a week, I could say that you could maybe level up to like an intermediate dancer. And then if you're taking 5 or more classes a week, you could level up to advanced. And what I mean by level up is you could be a beginner taking 4 classes a week, okay? But what I mean by you could then level up to intermediate is by taking 3 to 4 classes a week as a beginner, you're on a much faster track to get to the intermediate level. And then if you're taking 5+ classes a week, but you are maybe intermediate, you could level up to advanced a lot faster. Realistically, if you're taking 1 to 2 classes per week, again, this is a case-by-case scenario, but if you're taking 1 or 2 classes a week, you'll likely remain in a beginner, novice kind of a situation. Yes. This is a hard topic because it's so different from person to person. I was just thinking, if you're like an advanced dancer who is taking 1 or 2 classes per week, you likely at some point were taking like 1,000,000 classes a week. So anyway, just a grain of salt, everyone, okay? So we've gone through the years you've danced. We've gone through kind of categorizing yourself by age. We've gone through the amount of classes you take per week. And yeah, so kind of think about all those things, and then I'm sure you're already in your head thinking, okay, I'm probably this level or this level. Other tips that I have are every studio, if you're looking to go to a studio, is different. You could have like a level 1 at one studio could be equivalent to a level 2 somewhere else, or a level 3 somewhere could be equivalent to like a level 1. It really depends on the dancers at the studio, the teachers, the program, blah, blah, blah. So my biggest tip is if you don't know what level you are, go take a trial class. And that will be the most telling hour and a half of your life. What I want to say about that is, and in general, a level should be challenging but manageable. If you're falling behind just from trying to remember the choreography, or you're falling behind with like combinations, you're not even thinking about the technical skills, you're just like, oh my God, what did the teacher just say? Chances are high that the level is too hard for you. And again, let go of your ego. Levels literally mean nothing. They mean nothing. I'm just here to kind of help you figure out where to go so you can best progress. On the other side of the spectrum, if you're in class and you're kind of just on autopilot, you're not even really thinking about the choreo, and you're just like not needing to put much effort in to do class, it's likely too easy for you. You want to find that kind of happy medium between being able to refine the technique that you have while pushing out of your comfort zone. So also think about that too. If you're kind of like, oh, I don't know what level to go to for fall, think about the classes that you were taking. Were they too easy? Were they too hard? So just something to kind of ponder. We have a quote. Our quote for today is from, this is ridiculous, you guys. Our quote from today is, nobody is a natural. You work hard to get good, and then work to get better. I love that one. I'm gonna read it again. Nobody is a natural. You work hard to get good, and then work to get better. And that's from Paul Coffey. I really love that quote because yes, you can be born flexible. Yes, you can be like born having an easier time dancing, but nobody's born natural. People work their booties off to get good. And then once you're at that good level, you continuously work to get better. So again, I just want to reiterate that levels mean nothing. They literally mean nothing. Levels are just a way for you to better yourself as a dancer in the most encouraging and supportive environment. So try and detach from like the numbers or how things look on paper for you. Like, oh, I'm in level 17,000. Like, okay, that doesn't mean anything. Detach from the numbers, detach from like what your friends are doing, detach from all of that stuff as best as you can, and look at it in a way that you are just trying to put yourself in the most cultivating space for you to become better. Work to get good and work to get better. Dancers, I love you so, so much. I hope that was helpful. This is so ridiculous. I can't. What was I gonna say? Oh, write in the comments if you have questions about like levels for you. I love how much you guys respond to each other. It's very, very cute. So let me know. Let me know if you're struggling with your level placement. Let me know if you have other questions about it. I love you guys so much. I think you're incredible, and I am so excited to see some of you at my live ballet workshop this Sunday. So if you have not purchased your ticket yet, use code ballet15 for 15% off of your ticket. Kathryn Morgan is going to be our special guest, and it's going to be awesome. So I'll see you guys there. Open to all levels, all ages, all experience backgrounds, and all time zones. It's recorded, so you can access it whenever you want. All right, I'm signing off. Don't know why I saluted. It's fine. I love you guys. Bye.